Now this is where it gets a little tricky. That one set up to 15 is gonna go by like that.
Okay, I'm grinding, yes I do this every day. All I know is get the hustle, all I know is get the pay. All I know is get the re-up, it could be no other way.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to talk about the APP and PPA scoring, specifically within the professional tour in the professional divisions. At the end of this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about some things I think you should know about the APP and PPA tour professional divisions when you do sign up. So let's just get right to it. Let's first talk about the PPA. The PPA scoring, you have to win 2 out of 3 sets or games up to 11, win by 2. What that means is if you go 1-0, 2-0, 3-2, 4-2, 5-2, all the way up to 11, and when you get to 11 points, you win the set or that particular game. And then at that time, whoever wins the set, you switch sides, and then you go up to 11 again for that second set or second game. Now let's say you win the first set, your opponent wins the second set. What you do now is you play the third set or the third game. Between each set or each game, you switch sides. So when you win that first set, at the end of that first set or first game, you switch sides with your opponent. And then your opponent wins the second set or second game. Then at that point in time, you switch sides again to play the third set. Once you're in that third set or third game, you switch sides one more time, but at 6. So at 6, whoever gets to 6 points first, you switch sides with your opponent. And that is because there might be a particular side that the sun is on. There might be a particular side that's harder to play on for whatever reason, for elements. That's why it's really important at the beginning of the match when you choose whether to serve, recede, or choose the side that you're on, that you choose wisely, because you don't want to end up on the wrong side in the third set. Another thing to take into consideration with how the points go on the PPA tour is that it's win by 2. So what does that mean? Let's say the set or the game is really close, it's 10-10. You have to now win 2 points in a row. It actually has to be 12-10. If it's 10-10 and then you win that next point 11-10, you have to win another point to go to 12-10, and that is what win by 2 means. So if it's 10-10, I win the point, then you win the point. That's 11-11. Now we have to go up to 13. I win the point, 12. You win the point, 12. Now we have to go up to 14. So it's always by 2. You always have to win by 2. And it doesn't matter if you're playing the first, second, or third set. It's 2 out of 3 sets up to 11, win by 2. And that is how the PPA Tour scores their professional division. Now, something to really take into consideration with how also the scoring goes is that you can only score on your serve. Let's say I keep losing the points that I'm serving. I'm gonna stay at 0. So on the PPA Tour, no matter if it's singles, doubles, or mixed doubles, it's 2 out of 3 sets up to 11, win by 2, and you can only win points on your serve. Finally, on the PPA Tour, there are no back draws. If you play singles, doubles, or mixed doubles, and you're playing in the first round of the main draw, and you lose, you're done. There are no more matches for you to play. Now, let's move to the APP. The APP for mixed doubles and gender doubles professional division, it's 2 out of 3 sets up to 11, win by 2. However, the APP does have the back draw. So the APP has the back draw for all of their divisions, for singles, doubles, and mixed doubles. In mixed doubles and gender doubles, it's 2 out of 3 sets up to 11, win by 2. Once you're in the back draw though, on the APP tour, Then it's one set or one game up to 15. And when it's up to 15, you still can only win points on your serve. And that is when you're in the back draw on the APP Tour. In order to be in the back draw on the APP Tour, you have to lose in the first or second round. Once you're in the third round and you lose, you do not get to feed into the back draw. You aren't fed in. You lose and you're done, but you do make some money. So once you're in that third round of the APP Tour, you make around $600. And then if you win the third round and now you're in the fourth round, you're gonna be making more money. And that's particularly in gender doubles and mixed doubles, scoring-wise. Now in singles professional division on the APP Tour, it is much different. For singles on the APP Tour, every point that you win counts, no matter if you're serving or you're not. And it's 2 out of 3 sets up to 15, win by 2. You can win points even on your opponent's serve. So let's say, for instance, my opponent is serving, we're just starting the match. They serve it, I win the point. Now it's 1-0 me. And then if I lose that point, now it's 1-1. Okay, so every single point counts. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. Once you have set point or game point, let's say it's 14-11 me. If it's 14-11 me and I serve it and I lose the point, 14-12. Let's say my opponent now serves it at 12-14 and I win the point. It is not set when it is not game. You have to win the set or the game on your serve. So it stays at 14-12. So now it's my serve, 14-12. I serve it, I lose the point again. Now guess what? They are still adding to their points. So now it's 14-13 and my opponent's serving. So now it's 13-14. And let's say my opponent serves it again and I win the point again. Still, it is not set or game for you. You have to win on your serve. So it's still 14-13 you. I serve it. Now let's say I win the point. Beautiful. I finally win the set. We switch sides. We go up to 15. Again, win by 2. Let's just say I lose that point on my serve. So now it's 14-14, win by 2. So now my opponent is serving and it's 14-14. Once it's 14-14 and your opponent's serving, now if you win that next point when your opponent is serving, you go up to 15 because it's win by 2. You're not necessarily winning that set on your serve. So now let's say it's 14-14 and my opponent is serving. I win that point. Now it's 15 me, 14 my opponent. I serve it, I lose the point. It's 15-15. My opponent serves it. They lose the point. 16-15 me. I serve it, I win the point, I finally win the set. We switch sides, and then we go up to 15, win by 2 again. And you do that for 2 out of 3 sets. Now when you are in the third set, you switch sides at 8. So whoever gets to 8 points first, that is when you switch sides. And that scoring is just for their singles pro division. Again, it is not for their mixed doubles or doubles division. Their mixed doubles and doubles division are very similar to that of the PPA Tour, except the fact that the APP has a backdraw, and once you're in that backdraw, you go up to 15, And that's pretty much it for the APP and PPA scoring. But here's a little tip for you. Because you're on this video about how the APP and PPA professional scoring works, I'm assuming you're interested in playing professionally, but you haven't, and you want to play professionally. So because of that, more than likely, you're going to be in the qualifying rounds. You're going to have to play qualies. Now in qualies, it is a little different on the APP tour. So the PPA, when you're in the qualifying rounds, it's still best 2 out of 3 sets, win by 2, up to 11. But when you're in the APP qualies, you're playing 1 set up to 15. Some athletes like the fact that the PPA gives the qualifiers an ability to warm up and play 2 out of 3 sets. Because if you don't come out guns blazing in the APP and ready to play, that 1 set up to 15 is gonna go by like that. So a lot of people like playing in the qualies, PPA, then qualies, APP, because it is a longer format for the PPA qualifiers than the APP qualifiers. And finally, the qualifying rounds are typically done the day before the tournament. So if you see the tournament starts on that Thursday, the qualifying rounds more than likely start the day before on that Wednesday. Sometimes if there's not a lot of qualifiers playing within the qualifying tournament, then they will have the qualifying tournament on that same day. It just depends sometimes. And so you will want to contact the 2 tours just to make sure. And that is scoring on the APP and PPA tours. And I will see you guys in the next video.